Hello there, and the Kingsman franchise continues with a prequel after it had two of its successful movies at the box office, namely The Secret Service and The Golden Circle, and now we are getting a prequel which is releasing in theaters on December 22nd, 2021 domestically. I got a chance to watch it early. If you want to know how I watched it early, go jump down into the description of the video where I have described in detail of how I get to watch all the movies in advance and left my review even before the US embargo. So now let's jump on the main topic, which is the Kingsman review. The premise of the movie reads: as a collection of history's worst tyrants and criminal masterminds gather to plot a war to wipe out millions, one man and his protege must race against time to stop them. So that was the premise of the film. The whole plot revolves around that, and I must say, the whole plot of this film is a mess. It's a big mess because it has so many weird elements in it, and there's a huge change of tone suddenly whenever there's a tone shift. I mean, there are a lot of movies with tone shifts, and for most of the movies, the tone shifts don't really work, especially when they're not done great. And in this movie, they are done in a horrible way. The tone shift in this movie is so bad. It's like suddenly everything's like, okay, it's all weird suddenly, and that's the whole point of negative review for the film. The plot of this film is just so horrible. I can't bear it. It's one of the worst plots of the year, and such a disappointment because I thought that even after numerous delays, because this film should have came out years ago, but due to lots and lots of delays, we are getting it this Christmas. And then though I expected it to be a little bit good, but I don't think it was any good. I mean, already my anticipation was really down, and I thought that it might be good so that I will be surprised by this film. But I must say, I'm still disappointed even with really low expectations. They were just, they just messed it up real bad. Matthew Vaughn does not understand the success of Kingsman: The Secret Service, which I think is the only good movie in this franchise. I mean, Golden Circle was a mediocre film, but Secret Service it was a good film. And then there's The Kingsman, which is neither mediocre and not even close to good. So it's a bad film, and Matthew Vaughn is the guy who's responsible for it. I mean, come on, he just didn't understand what made the first film so successful. And I mean, creating a prequel that dated years back from the original, Kingsman movie, I think that was not a good idea at first. But then, seeing the premise of the film, I was a little bit excited, and I don't think it really worked out well for anybody. Now, the movie is not all bad. There are certain elements in this film that can be appreciated, which includes the crazy action of this movie. I think even though the movie is unwatchable when it comes to the plot, it is really rewatchable if you want to watch the action sequences of the movie. They are so well done, not in terms of good fight choreography, but in terms of really just doing crazy things around. That's the point where this movie is really good at. It just does a lot of crazy things, and they're just fun to watch. It is highly entertaining, so at least you won't get bored because of its action scenes and the humor they are using. So that's one thing that I appreciate the movie for. It's good action sequences that don't make it completely unwatchable. And I think it might be even rewatchable for a lot of you because it has stunning action sequences. Really great. As for standouts from the cast, I don't think anybody stood out to me. Everyone gave decent or bad performances. Rhys Ifans as Rasputin, God, I think that was a really bad character. And the villain of this film is also that's so bad. It's really bad. However, there are some good actors in this film. I mean, Charles Dance didn't have a lot to do, but I think he is always great, and he's good in this film too. And so is Ralph Fiennes, who I think is still good, if not being really great. So that's a plus point over there. Some of the cast members really work well for these films, and some just don't due to the horrible characters they are. So I would like to conclude that though this movie is really bad when it comes to plot, but it's still really exciting to watch due to its really crazy action scenes and humor. So I would like to give this at least a 4.2 out of 10 for its achievement in its action sequences. Otherwise, it's a tonal mess, as they are calling it. So that was my review for The Kingsman. Share your own thoughts in the comment section down below. And thanks to watch, like, share and subscribe Film Villa.